Dude, one thing. Okay, so one thing I didn't see the lingerie league, but I did hear about it, and I kind of saw some things about it when XFL came back on this last season, just because my friends were kind of talking about it, And was that like on like regular cable TV?
Yeah, that was the big thing about it, that they were able to secure
no shit.
NBC and CBS, right?
Yep, I know NBC definitely for sure. So
yeah,
and then a caveat to that, it was The Rock and several other investors that are a part of this. Mm-hmm. There's some other big names that are a part, but The Rock was the head of that, and so a lot of people, how they love The Rock. I mean,
I think with The Rock there, also instead of Vince McMahon, he'll probably bring some newer ideas to the table as far as advertising. And I did think all the team names sucked though, dude. Like DC Defenders. That's a horror. Yeah. That's a horror. Who was Bob Stoops? Bob Stoops. He was coaching for the Dallas something, I think.
Desperados, was it?
No.
I don't know.
Desperados.
Was it the Desperados for Dallas?
You can only come up with so many names, Sebastian.
What?
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't call them like the DC the DC politicians or the policymakers.
Well, you could have.
No, that would have been a horrible name.
There's other choice words which we're not going to say live because they have to be edited. It is DC.
I do want to get into some Puerto Rican food before we leave because we eat. So here at home, my mom makes homemade pasteles. So she makes them with the green banana leaves. And she makes the masa, but my dad doesn't eat pork. He's like the only Puerto Rican who doesn't eat pork, right?
Oh my God, this is like the weirdest Puerto Rican family.
Well, he doesn't eat pork. Everyone else in the family does. He doesn't eat pork. So my mom puts chicken in it, right? But pastelas are freaking awesome, man. And she puts green olives go on everything, right?
But you normally don't eat them. It's just for flavor, and then like once you cook it, you just.
The green olives?
Yeah.
No, I eat them. I love olives. What are you talking about?
You put them in your mouth and you just spit them at each other. Family dinner.
Exactly. That's it.
It's the same thing like tamales. If you have a green olive in tamale with the seed in it, you can't. You're not supposed to be eating it. But however, I do it anyway. So
I like olives.
Then I spit seed at you.
What?
But does your mom make mofongo?
You know what? I don't think so. I think we've talked about it though. I think they've mentioned it. But they make like the rice with the gandule, the pigeon peas.
Okay. Yeah.
And then she makes like a what the hell kind of fish is like a real soft bacalao. Bacalao salad. So see, and then my wife's she's part Middle Eastern, but my mom taught her how to make all this Puerto Rican food. And my wife's a really, really good cook. So every few weeks or so, we'll make something very Puerto Rican. And she makes homemade sofrito, and my wife makes all that stuff homemade.
My wife is not Puerto Rican. My wife is actually born and raised in Florida. She's Caucasian, and she does not look at all Puerto Rican. She is 5'10", white, blonde, blue eyes. So the one person that will walk into a room and you're not going to think that looks Puerto Rican at all. And but she's actually learned how to cook a lot of Puerto Rican food. She actually the other day she made pernil.
I don't know what that is.
The pork shoulder.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I already know what that is.
But the way that we make it back home in Puerto Rico, and she learned how to make it in the slow cooker.
Oh, nice.
I didn't think it was going to work out. It's like,
tender.
You'll be amazed with that Instapots and stuff like that.
I be honest. I was like, okay.
I bought.
And I had one bite, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I bought my wife her Instapot this year, and it's cut down on cooking time. And there's a lot of things that you're like, I don't know if it'll taste good, and then you're like, oh shit, it tastes good,
dude. I love the one thing I do love going back home when I was a kid growing up, and when my parents come down, they always make sure they cook Puerto Rican food. They want to make sure that we, like I said, my dad doesn't eat pork, but he eats everything else. He'll eat everything else, and when he doesn't put pork in, he'll put chicken in, and so. and I love just the flavors and everything, man. So I'm happy to be able to talk about this with someone who's actually lived in Puerto Rico, because I always thought for the longest time my parents were just lying to me about what was what.
like the food down there is just addictive. Like every time we go, we made sure that we exercise before we go, because we're gonna gain 10 pounds.
Right.
Like we're there a week, we're gonna gain 10 pounds. Simple. Yeah, there's no way around it.
The carb in Mexican and Latino food alone, from Cuba to from everything, you will gain so much weight if you're not paying attention and you're thinking, oh, it's all fresh food, it's all fresh. But there's so much rice and so many potatoes and there's so many starchy items that someone like me with my diet, I look at a piece of bread, that's 5 pounds right there.
Yeah,
it's 5 pounds. So
all right, and you know what? And we are coming up on that hour mark pretty soon, so let's go ahead and talk about the song Hope.
Hope is a very special song. Hope is a song that came out at a very, very good time, actually. Hope came out right before the pandemic.
Oh.
And it's a song about, the title I think says it all. It's about just having a good perspective in life. Some people actually thought that it was kind of like a religious song, and it was like, no, it wasn't a religious song. I did have a religious upbringing with my parents and whatnot, but it wasn't even about that. It was just about positivity and about just looking at the world, and it's like, it is bad out there, but we just got to have hope. That's what it is.
I think on iTunes, this song is right next to the other JP2. That's the Christian band.
Yeah, and that might have been something to do with it. But I look at my Spotify numbers from this year, and this song had like 12,000 plays.
Wow,
and
nice.
It played on 63 countries. And I'm like, I'm just some guy that, grabbed that guitar back there and sat on this chair and played with this microphone and put that song together. And
it feels good to know that people are listening, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
It was a very humbling experience throughout the whole year, seeing how good the song kept doing the entire time, and people kept bringing it up, which is also what delayed wasting time a little bit, because it was like, well, I don't really have to put anything out yet because this song keeps coming up.
Right.
Now if they can just learn to donate $1 to you or buy a piece of merchandise or something like that we would have a different world we live in.
Yep.
But no, they just streamed it for free.
We're gonna talk about how to find all your music and all that good stuff, merchandise, whatever you have, right after we play Hope by JP2. Let's play it right now.
When you run out of excuses to pretend.
All right, that song was Hope by Javier Perez, JP2. Check him out on everything. That song, Hope, dude, that double kick in there, is that you?
I program everything. I played everything. I sang everything. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The way you mixed that, did you mix it yourself also?
No, actually, the mixing was done by my partner in crime, Jason Banning, down in Florida. We have a business going called Indian River Music Company, and it's a recording studio / production company. And he took he gets all the credit for making it sound, that punchy and cohesive. He took it to the next level.
Dude, I like literally all three of your songs. I like it. I like the originality. I like the lyrics. I like the way you fit the music in there. That last song especially, you had some like high pitch kind of like kind of button sounding thingies. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, piano. Okay, piano. I said button sounding thingies.
Like, I didn't even know I knew how to play piano, and then all of a sudden it's like well, let me get a piano. It's like, oh, I know how to play piano. Great.
Yeah,
they say if you play any guitar, bass, stuff like that, you can play the piano because it's a stringed instrument.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that. However, though, the strings are flat and they're laid out, and you got to know where to start, where your A starts on your left hand. So
takes a little bit longer, but it's like okay, it's like I have it in front of me here. It's like this.
I can't play. Cool. I can't play anything, so it doesn't even matter. I start out and it started like start out like Fight for Fighting, like Superman or something like that, and then it turns into wait shit, I just missed it. Okay, and then it goes to chopsticks. That's it. That's all you get out of me. Chopsticks.
Javier, we're going to get you off the podcast here pretty soon. Before we do, just a few last questions. If you had to pick one salsa band that you liked, which one would it be?
For salsa music?
Yep.
Mark Anthony, man.
There you go. All right.
Guy's just incredible.
I don't even have one. I was just wondering so I could tell my dad something. But if you could find, do you have merchandise for sale?
Yes. If you so I have a website, jp2guitar.com. And I have a tab for merchandise that will take you to my Teespring store. It's just easier that way than giving you the Teespring address.
Hey, we got a Shopify.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to do it that way. But yes, I have my website, JP2 Guitar, and I'm also very active on social media, on Facebook at JP2 Guitar, on Instagram at JP2 Guitar, and you can find my music basically anywhere that you can find music.
Here we go. I have the list right here. Okay, youtube.com/C/JP2 Guitar. Yep. And then you have your Bandcamp is JP2Guitar, Bandcamp.com. Mm-hmm. You got all kinds of websites on here, dude. You know what the best thing to do is go to your Facebook